This tutorial will guide you through the process of installing the 2-up seat on your Super73 bike. Please note this product is compatible with the Super73R, RX, S1, and S2. We will review the process on an RX and an S1, and these methods can be applied to all compatible models. You will need the following tools to complete the installation of the 2-up seat: 4mm hex wrench or a 5mm hex wrench for the S1, zip tie cutters, and 1 zip tie. The bike will remain upright for this process. We do not recommend turning the bike upside down as it may damage the components installed on the handlebars, such as the throttle and the display. For the R, RX, and S2, you will first need to locate the cover that protects the wiring underneath your seat. The end of this cover closest to the battery has a zip tie that will need to be cut. Locate the zip tie and cut it with your zip tie cutters. Use caution when cutting zip ties to ensure you do not cut any of the wiring underneath the cover. Remove and dispose of the zip tie. Once you have cut and removed the zip tie from the cover, peel the cover back towards the rear wheel to allow easier access to the underside of the frame below the seat. There are 3 hex bolts located on the underside of the frame below the seat. There's one located towards the front of the seat and the other 2 located towards the rear of the seat. Using your hex wrench, unscrew the 3 mounting bolts from the underside of the seat and set aside. Once the mounting bolts are removed, you can remove the seat from the frame of the bike. With the old seat removed, you can now line up the new seat and loosely tighten the 3 mounting bolts into it. This makes it easier to seat all 3 bolts. The seat uses the same mounting points as the original seat. Once all 3 bolts are loosely tightened, you can use your hex wrench to fully tighten them in place. Double check that all 3 bolts are secure before moving to the next step. Once all bolts have been secured in place, you can reinstall the protective cover located under the seat. When setting this cover back in place, make sure all wiring is tucked inside of the cover before running a new zip tie through the 2 holes at the end of the cover. When you run the zip tie through, make sure that it wraps over the top of the cabling to provide sufficient support for the cover to fasten to. Once the zip tie is fastened and the cover is secure, trim the excess off of the zip tie. The installation of the seat is finished and the bike is ready for use. If you run into any issues with installation of the seat, please contact Super73 customer support by submitting a request at support.super73.com and a rider advocate will be happy to assist you.